Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, CAC in the Spotlight. I come from a family of 5 children, and this is how my mother sold out our family for government assistance and welfare benefits. For starters, my mother had 5 children with 3 different men, and she was never married. And each child that she had gave her access to additional welfare benefits. I remember being a young boy who ate government cheese, powdered eggs and milk, and went to the store and paid for snacks with food stamps. And I remember remarks that my grandmother would say when we were children, such as, if somebody comes by here, remember to tell them that your father was never here.
Before we moved into Pruitt, Igoe, the welfare department came to our home. They talked with my mother about moving into the housing project, but the stipulation was that my father could not be with us. They would put us into the housing project only if he left the state. My mother and father discussed it, and they decided that it was best for the 12 children for the father to leave the home. And that's how we got into the projects.
The welfare department had a rule that no able-bodied man could be in the house if a woman received aid for dependent children. If a man lost his job, if he's looking for work, he still had to leave the home. And there was even a night staff of men who worked for the welfare department whose job was to go to the homes of the welfare recipients, and they searched to find if there was a man in the home. Sometimes men came back at night to be with their families. Some were found in the closet hiding.
I remember vividly my mother telling us, if white people come to the house and ask you guys questions, tell them that your father is not here. Tell them that your father has never been here. You have not seen your father. I trusted her. I knew that there was a reason that we had to do this charade, and I participated in the charade. I sat there and looked those people in the eye and told them with pure earnestness that, no, I have not seen my father, and no, my daddy does not live here. And but I knew that I was lying, and that made me wonder, who are these people and how they had the power to make my mother lie.
We're giving you money. We want to be able to control you. We're giving you money, so we have the right to make stipulations as to how you use it and what you use it for.
And as a young boy, I used to think to myself, why was that important? Why should I have to tell anybody that my father was not here?
This is how, in our modern history, how the state got black women to marry it and leave black men. Because the first thing that they used was the environment. They used policies and law, the welfare institution, in order to control the black family biologically. So they're utilizing the environment to influence the biology. We need to see it the way that it is.
When I was a child, I remember my grandmother making remarks such as, if anybody ever comes by here, remember to tell them that your father was never here. As a child, I didn't understand. Now that I've done research on how the government set out to cause problems in the black community by providing single mothers with welfare benefits, I understand now that it was a plan to destroy the black family structure, which is what happened in our household.
CBS reports, what are we doing to our children? With CBS News correspondent Daniel Shore.
there are many teenage mothers.
Do you find that there is an incidence of young girls becoming pregnant?
Yes, we have a high rate of that too.
At about what age?
Well, I used to say age 14, but I think I'm having to back up and say age 12.
And partly because of the general rule that welfare is cut off if there is a man in the house, fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which during the summer when construction work you can make a decent living.
See, this is why I named it like I did, how black women got married to the state, because the state came smooth like a dude, like another dude trying to scoop a woman away from her man. Listen, if you want me to pay, he can't pay your bills right now. Or y'all been struggling to do it. Or he has been paying bills, but you've been living in like a slum type of situation. You've been living in poverty. He got you in poverty with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. Now y'all eating? Yeah, sometime, you know, when he can keep a job. But what about when he can't keep a job? What about when the jobs dry up? What about when he can't get that little money that y'all be doting on? Then what? Y'all be hungry. But see over here, baby girl, you ain't gotta be hungry no more. Cause I'm the whole state, okay? I'm the whole state. I got a bag.
The welfare system helps the disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away, in that sense undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents that children, of course, need.
When I was 6 years old, my father was removed from the home on some allegations of inappropriate behavior. Read between the lines, y'all. I am not trying to get my channel flagged again. You know what I'm saying? Inappropriate behavior with a minor who was 13 years of age. And them saying that, my grandmother and mother, them saying that gave them the authority to remove my father from the household. Me, as a child, looking at my father, I admired that man. I looked up to that man. Why? Because my father was Michael Jordan in the hood. That man had mad skills on the basketball court. People came from all over the city to challenge that man in basketball, and he won every single time. Just like MJ, he would stick that tongue out. You know what I'm saying? Those who watch basketball, MJ stuck that tongue out when he was in straight up assassin mode and was, you know what I'm saying, shooting, dunking. That was my father, y'all. But that man was removed from our household when I was 6 years of age. And I will only see my father a total of 3 or 4 times from the time that I was 6 years of age until 35. And that was in 2017, y'all. So that father-son connection was never had. My mother was beautiful, gorgeous. She had some long, beautiful, wavy hair. I look just like my mom, y'all. I am like the carbon copy image of my mother. My mom was a gorgeous woman. Everybody wanted her. And she was a phenomenal singer, okay? When I think of my mom, she was like Mariah Carey. And I remember she used to go to karaoke competitions and win first place like every fucking weekend. She was like that. She was a badass when it came to singing. I remember her. And she used to sing for her high school choir. So my mom was extremely talented, y'all, is what I'm trying to say. In addition, she was very intelligent. She always had like the highest GPA in school, okay? Always. She won all the honor awards, you know, grade awards, all kinds of things, because she was a smart, brilliant lady. There was nothing that she could not figure out, okay? And my mother, she wanted to become a lawyer. I remember she had become a paralegal working down at the Office of the Hearings and Appeals in Flint, Michigan. Okay, and we used to call her phone and like harass her every day just because we wanted some attention from our mother. But my mom, she had a lot going for her in life, right? And I remember that she wanted to become a lawyer, but she never made it to that stage in life. And why? Because my mother was never taught how to be responsible, because somebody always came through and bailed her out of her bad situations, such as when she had 5 children by 3 different men and never got married. She always had the government to fall back on, who gave her welfare assistance, food stamps, government cheese, etc., etc., etc. So my mom never learned how to stand on her own 2 feet, and she never had a good man to like support her. Okay, looking at it this way, I cannot blame my father for not wanting to marry my mom, because my mom was a slut. I gotta call it what it is. My mom was a straight whore. Okay, she had 5 children by 3 different men. I'll put the pieces together. Okay, so yeah, that's that, y'all. So my mom, being beautiful, gifted, and have a lot of promise in life, she was always looking for love in all the wrong places, which led her to becoming a crackhead, prostitute, who would completely sell out the family when she turned her back on all of us and went to the streets and never came back. I remember our mother used to break into our homes and steal our things to pawn them so she can get money so she can afford her next crack rock. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So when you put it like this government assistance program has been very detrimental to our community, to my family, all right? And what it did do, it has caused a lot of people to not reach their full potential in life. And so I'm sharing my story, y'all, because it is true. This government welfare assistance program that many single mothers are choosing to get on is a curse. It is not there to help families at all. It is there to destroy families. And this is what happened to my family, y'all. Out of 5 children, I am the only one who was able to wake up and see the writing on the wall and choose better for my life.
And no wonder then, out of these more vulnerable neighborhoods, we get an endless cycle of troubled, delinquent, wayward youth who grow up even more and become the lawbreakers of our society. Now, I don't know how you break this cycle except by starting out with young children.